Hello, I'm Eileen McHugh with the BBC News. The Governor of New York State, Andrew Cuomo, has declared a disaster emergency following a surge in gun violence there. The move will enable the state to bolster its law enforcement presence in cities where shootings are on the rise. David Willis reports.
Since the spring of last year, gun violence in New York and in many other parts of America has soared. The state's governor, Andrew Cuomo, said more than 50 people had died in shooting incidents during the course of the 4th of July weekend alone. His decision to declare a disaster emergency is aimed at providing additional resources for high crime areas and job training programs for people in poorer parts of the state. Mr. Cuomo said that treating gun violence as a public health crisis was necessary in order to break the cycle of violence.
The US military has cancelled a $10 billion cloud computing project awarded 2 years ago to the Microsoft Corporation under controversial circumstances by the former Trump administration. The Pentagon said the JEDI contract no longer met its needs and would instead be offered to alternative technology providers. The contract has been embroiled in a protracted legal battle after Microsoft's main rival, Amazon, seen as the leading contender for the job, accused President Trump of casting undue influence. Mr. Trump frequently derided Amazon's then boss, Jeff Bezos, accusing him of spreading fake news in the Washington Post. A well-known investigative journalist in the Netherlands, Peter R. de Vries, has been shot and seriously injured on a street in the centre of Amsterdam. He's been taken to hospital and is said by the city's mayor, Femke Hulsema, to be fighting for his life. Police say 3 people have been detained in connection with the shooting. The attack took place shortly after Mr. de Vries appeared on a TV chat show. Witnesses said at least 5 shots were fired at close range. Mr. de Vries has covered numerous high-profile crime cases over the past 20 years. Italy have beaten Spain in a penalty shootout to reach the final of the Euro 2020 football tournament. In a thrilling match at Wembley, Italy took the lead, but were pegged back 10 minutes from time by the Spanish forward Alvaro Morata. Neither side was able to convert its chances in extra time, and the match went to penalties. Morata, the hero, half an hour earlier, missed in the shootout, his effort saved by the Italian goalkeeper. It was left to Italy's Jorginho to take his side's 5th spot kick.
And if he scores, Italy have won. And he does! Italy are into the final of Euro 2020.
Italy will now play either England or Denmark. This is the BBC World Service News. Colombia's Special Peace Tribunal has accused 10 members of the military of murdering over 100 civilians and falsely presenting them as rebels killed in combat during the armed conflict which began in the 1960s. The judges said a general, other officers and a civilian had been induced by promotions and other benefits. The tribunal was set up under Colombia's 2016 peace deal. The Catholic charity CAFOD says environmental and human rights activists in Latin America are facing unprecedented levels of violence and attacks linked to growing inequality and business expansion. The British charity said 264 activists were killed in the region last year, with almost half the murders linked to land disputes, indigenous rights and the environment. Thousands of people have rallied outside the Georgian Parliament in the capital Tbilisi to denounce Monday's disruption of a planned Pride March. Events were cancelled after demonstrators attacked members of the gay and lesbian community and clashed with police. John McManus reports.
The Georgian capital witnessed widespread violence yesterday after conservative protesters, including priests from the Georgian Orthodox Church, attempted to stop a gay pride march from making its way through Tbilisi. The ensuing standoff saw marchers and journalists assaulted and the headquarters of the Tbilisi Pride organisation overrun. Today, thousands of people, many waving rainbow and EU flags, rallied outside Parliament to denounce the attacks. There's been particular anger towards both the Orthodox Church and the Prime Minister, who had called the Pride March unacceptable for a large segment of Georgian society. The march's organiser has said he suspects the security services of coordinating yesterday's attacks.
Disneyland Paris has apologised to a mother who was told by its security staff to stop breastfeeding her baby in public. France's citizenship minister reminded the company that breastfeeding was not a crime. BBC News.